Welcome back. I'm joined now by Sheri Fisher, our life coach here on 11 News, and today we're talking about something that probably a lot of people don't do, which is taking time for yourself. I know I don't do it enough, and there's a lot of people who don't do it enough. What are some of the things that we need to do for ourselves?
This came about, I was talking with a client a couple of months ago, and I started by just asking her how she's doing, and she got tears in her eyes. And I said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "Nobody ever asks how I'm doing. I give and I give and I give." And so we talked about your energy levels and how important it is to replenish those and make sure you stay complete and full. So a couple of things to look for, some tips is, first of all, identify some of the things that you're maybe frustrated about. If you're feeling irritated, frustrated, resentment, look for the warning signs that you may be running on empty. And for this client, we came up with a metaphor of a pitcher, and the water in the pitcher symbolized how much energy she had. So the second thing is to identify where you give away your energy. And it's not a bad thing to give away energy. In fact, it's a really good thing.
Right.
It's just you got to keep it in balance.
Right. Because sometimes you give so much to certain people or certain things, and then you're left with nothing else for anything else.
Exactly. And using the water pitcher, it's like pouring water from that pitcher. How much water is there in there to give away?
Okay.
Which brings us to the third thing. Create a list of how you like to replenish your energy.
Okay.
So what are some activities you like to do? It can be something as simple as taking a walk if you're working on a really intense project, or going by the coffee shop and getting a little bit of coffee. The next thing is schedule time and activities for yourself. And this is really important. Now that you know how to replenish your energy, take time to do that.
I think that's something that people feel guilty about doing, is taking that time for themselves. Whenever you watch those makeover shows or anything like that, they feel so guilty taking that hour to do something for themselves, and it's not a bad thing. How do we accept that it's okay for us to do this?
I think if you keep that water pitcher in mind and realize that if there's no more to give, you really can't give anyway, and you're giving away parts of yourself, which will help get you through that guilt. And then again, remind yourself and monitor your energy levels. So my client put a pitcher of water on her counter to remind her that it's so important to keep those energy levels up, so you have something to give.
Okay, because if you have nothing else to give, then you're nothing to everybody else.
That's exactly right. And then the last thing is really important, and it's so simple, and yet it's very difficult for us to do, and that's ask for help.
Oh, another one that people feel guilty about doing.
Exactly, but it's, it's simply asking for help if you're feeling frustrated, or asking somebody to do something with you or for you. So asking for help.
Right, it's like one of those things where people are at work too, they try to do everything themselves instead of delegating, and then they feel, my mom told me this once too, she used to try to do everything at the same time, and then when she learned to delegate, she's like, wow, this is so much better.
I don't even feel like I'm working.
Exactly, and then you're not stressed, and your body can relax, and you can be okay.
And you have more to give when it's time to give.
Right, exactly. Well, Sheri, hopefully people take these tips to heart, because they are very good ones. Don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself. Yes. It's very important. Sheri will be back next month. If you ever have any questions for her, email her, or you can email me, lauren.whitney@NBC11news.com, and we'll be glad to forward your questions on to Sheri. And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.
See you next month.
All right, sounds good. Stay with us. We'll be right back.